morning,
morning.
Kathy.
Good morning. I'm going good.
Yeah. And we're very excited to introduce Masture here, who's very similar to my time zone at the moment. I'm in Slovenia, and Masture is in Iran. Which part of Iran are you in, Masture?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
How are
So
you guys?
we're very well. We're so excited that you could join us, and we love your backdrop. That's fantastic.
Yes, it's my pleasure to be with you.
Yeah. So which part of Iran are you in?
East of Iran.
Cool. Okay. So
Yours,
far from Tehran?
pardon me,
Far from Tehran?
Mashhad.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, Kathy, do you want to start us off with your questions?
Well, I would love to. So, Miss Dury, we would love to know how long have you been an iridologist?
I've been doing iridology since 2018.
So pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years, about 5 years or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Asturia, what inspired you to become an oradologist?
It's a long story, but to make it short, it's necessary to introduce some members of my family. My father is a naturopath, and my husband studied sports science. He's a sports psychologist right now. It was 2015 in October that my husband and I were in my father's house. My father came home and suddenly told my husband, since you know the anatomy and physiology of the body, do you know there is a science you can read the body through eyes? And he said, no, that's interesting. My father gave him an iridology book that it had been written by an Iranian author. We read the book. It was such a booklet, and search about the author. We noticed that he has passed away. Since my husband was so busy in that time, and I was free and curious about iridology, so I continued searching about. I didn't find any reliable iridology book in Persian, so I searched in the internet, and I found the book Iridology Simplified by Dr. Bernard Jensen. I
Right.
translated the book and got a basic information about iridology. Then I found IPA website, and I chose the item iridologist in order to find an Iranian iridologist. But unfortunately, in that time, there weren't any Iranian certified iridologists by IPA. So I chose Betty email address randomly, Betty Sue O'Brien, if I pronounce her name correctly.
Yeah.
I sent her an email, and she explained the course to me, and also the price. It was cheap, but was too expensive for me because of the difference between our currency. So I continued my research from the internet, and found Jim Burgess' behavior iridology chart. Sent Betty the chart, and she sent me his website. I sent him an email. We scheduled a time for meeting. And when I explained my situation, he asked me for taking a photo from my iris. And in the next meeting, he told me, I can teach you behavior iridology with a price you can pay. How much can you pay? And it was such a blessing for me. And then this is the reason that I achieved my behavior iridology certification before my IPA certification.
Wow.
And then I had a question, and sent my question to Betty. She told me, she needs Dr. Ellen Starr Jensen's guide for replying this question. And Dr. Ellen replied my question and asked about my situation and my interest. I explained for her, and she suggested iridology full package that it was on sale in that time. I ordered the package, and then I studied the full package, the full course, and after that fulfilled all requirements and achieved my certification with flying colors.
Oh, wonderful.
Fantastic. What a
That's a
great
great,
story.
it is a great story. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey, what was the question that you had to ask Ellen? Or Betty, you asked Betty Sue who asked Ellen. What was the question?
It was about iridology. I didn't remember that
Oh,
exactly.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Yes,
wonderful
and
story.
that is that now I am the only and first Iranian certified iridologist by IPA, and I would like to express my appreciation of my father for planting this seed in my head, and also Betty for being a light of the light of my past, and also appreciate Jim for moving this seed from my head into my heart, and also I appreciate Dr. Ellen for teaching me how to grow this seed in order to have beautiful flowers or sweet fruits in result. And also Danny Johnson for teaching me how to experience all these and with my soul and share with others. And also my family, especially my husband, for all his support, and God for being with me step by step.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
They must be all so proud of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a favorite sign that you would like to share with us that you see in the eye?
Lacuna. I like lacuna because it's a genetic sign, and also it indicates what's missing. And in my opinion, people who are around us, and we can see with all their achievements, they are unsatisfied or unhappy. I think it's because they don't have enough information about the missing part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Excellent.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Amazing.
Well, I understand what you mean when you say that you want to thank your father for planting a seed, because my mother was the one that planted a seed in me to just go have an iridology session. And for many years, for about 3 years, I said, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And one day I just changed, and I became very accepting of iridology, and then it just grew from there. So I totally understand. Our family can be very instrumental in planting seeds inside of us to explore ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Well, we've reached that point where we play a little game where you pick a number between 1 and 36, and we will ask you a question.
18.
Okay.
Good number.
Well, and it is right on topic. Since you like the lacuna, I'm going to ask you a question about lacuna. So what advice would you give someone who had a lacuna or a flower at 8 o'clock in the right eye?
8 o'clock in the right eye is liver, And it's a very general question because as an iridologist, I always see the big picture or whole iris. So I need more details, like I asked this person about the sclera and also pigments and also colorette. But in all, I suggest this person that trying to not having constipation and also colon cleansing and liver cleansing, and also eliminating all heated oils and deep fried foods, and increase vegetable intake, and also drink raw vegetable juice like carrot juice, and some herbs that are beneficial for liver like milk thistle, bear dock, yellow dock, or celandine.
Very good.
Cool.
I love
Yeah.
that. Chris, what would you do? What would you say?
Well, as Mr. has said, it's you kind of need to look at the big picture, and the lacuna is a structural sign, so it may not mean that they've got any problems with their liver at the moment, but it does make the liver a nurture point. So we need to address that, and we need to give them guidance about how to look after the liver, and if they're a mixed type with a lacuna or a flower at 8 o'clock, then that might enhance that, and then I might advise them at least annually to do an annual detox. I probably would just ask questions, but also I would look at other parts of the body to see if the body is giving us any more signs. So you could look at the tongue, and the tongue might be giving you signs on the sides of the tongue. Sorry to poke my tongue out, but if it's on the sides of the tongue, that represents the liver. So, and I might say coating there, I might say yellow coating all over the tongue, which also relates to the liver. So I'd probably look at what other flags or other signs the body's giving me. And even in the sclera, we can look for pinguecula, the yellowing in the sclera, and that will show that the liver's more active at the moment. So yeah, I'd probably look at other signs and then guide them, in many ways, as Mastura said, with herbs and things, if needed.
Good. Very good answers. I like those.
Yeah. Well, what about you? You can't get out of it.
I was wondering when you were going to ask me that. I would go a little past that because I talk about emotions a lot of times. I talk about behaviors. So I would venture out into the emotion of anger and holding on to anger. We all get angry. That's normal. We all get angry. But do we hold on to that anger? Are we living that anger every day? Or is there something that happened back in our childhood that we keep reflecting on, or that has a hold of us, that it's hard for us to let go? And I know that in the behavioral side of this area, it can also reflect jealousy and rivalry. So I might ask about, how did you grow up in your home? Were your parents often pitting you and your siblings together to be competitive or to challenge each other? I mean, did this cause rivalry? And you may not be a competitive person, but yet your parents pushed you into that position. Did you feel jealous towards another sibling? So I might venture off into that after the physicality, of course, but that would be an area that I would eventually touch on.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I would refer essential oils or flower essences to help the client.
Yeah.
Affirmations as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We knocked that one out of the park, didn't we?
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, excellent. Well, we have so enjoyed meeting you, and we are so honored that Iran has such a talented iridologist. We're proud of you. We hope that you succeed in many, many ways. And we really hope that you are helping your clients to get healthier and in many ways.
Thank
And
you
maybe,
very
Masturi, maybe you could work towards becoming an instructor one day and
Oh,
teach
yeah.
lots more Iranians.
That would be awesome.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
We
Well,
need that.
we're ending our time today, so I would love to say thank you and have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.